Hello friends. Okay, I'm not sure that the live is started or not, but let me check. Okay. So if you have any question, you can write in the chat. I will try to check the chat and answer your question. Okay, so let me explain to you. Now I am working on my last workflow. It's a master workflow for do anything with Inpainting and Outpainting. And just I'm trying to figure out how I can find a solution to organize and make easy to understand. So if you have any idea now, please let me know, because still I'm thinking about it. But totally, if I want to explain to you, here I am loading image. It can be in any size. The size is not important. And I have added some solutions for adding the mask. The first one is Outpainting if I want to extend the image to the left, right, bottom, or top. After that, here I have the load mask as image, because sometimes you can design a mask in Photoshop. And after that, you can load that as a black and white image here. Here is a solution for selecting the mask based on the name. I am using the layer mask segment anything ultra. It's from layer style extension, and actually it can work fine. And this is another solution for refining the mask, because in the mask editor, at first I am using open in SAM detector. Okay, I have a guest, I think. Let me see. Can you show the final output or result? Yes, of course I can show you. Let me open my output folder and I can show you. For example, this is one of the results. I get it from SDXL with Inpainting, but also I can do that with SD 1.5 and also COSXL. It doesn't matter what you want, because it's possible to change material or erasing object with all the solutions. For example, here is COSXL that from yesterday also it can support IPAdapter. And also these are all possible solutions for working with SDXL for Inpainting. For example, this is normal or Inpainting checkpoint. This is Fooocus. This is BrushNet with random mask. This is BrushNet with segmentation. And yes, and also here I have SD 1.5, again with all the solutions. Actually, about XYZ plot, at this moment I am not sure how to use that, because here I have many different checkpoints and some of them have some problems because they are overloading the GPU memory, and maybe this is the reason. But maybe I can think and find a solution for XYZ plus a plot, but actually now I'm not sure that how it will be possible, because just I think I have some hardware limitation. I'm using 3090 Ti RTX, but still I think I have some solutions, because for example, after loading BrushNet, I think it has some problem in memory, and for loading and unloading the model there are some problems. Okay, anyway, Let me show you. For example, here I want to load an image, for example this one, and if I click and open in SAM detector, click on chair, and after that detect. Also I need these parts. So detect, it's better. Now I have to clean the mask, so I'm opening the mask editor. By pressing Shift, I can zoom, and by pressing the Control, I can drag, and by right click, I can remove the unwanted area. And also if I change the color to white or black, I can see any area. Again, let me open the mask editor. Okay. It's better now. And in my prompt, I want to write a chair made of glass, and in IPAdapter also I should load a glass. And also let me find the solution. Okay, and also this IPAdapter is for COSXL, and this IPAdapter is for SD1.5. Okay, so this is the first checkpoint for SDXL, and here in the ControlNet, I am using Metric 3D normal map as preprocessor for extracting the normal information. And also I am using the normal ControlNet model from BDSQLSZ model. It's a LL Lite model, if you know. Yes, I'm trying to show you some real sample. So here is the normal, and let me go into SDXL and start process. So just if you want to see the power for changing the material, these are some different samples for changing the material. For example, all these renders are with this workflow, so you can see how it can work. Okay, also the render is processed, and we can see the chair in glass material. Okay, now I have to connect this node because it can send the render to another node. And here I can start process for upscaling and composite render with original image. Okay. No, dear Salska, I am not using the Misto line. Actually, I believe normal ControlNet should be enough, because it can capture all dimension of the image, and the combination between the normal and the depths most of the time could be work fine. Because for example, if you are using some line ControlNet model, only they can detect some edges. And for example, if you have some curviness on your object, the only solution for capture the information from the surface with accurately, I think it's normal, because only you can store those information in normal map. So this is the reason. Dear Pixel PO2X, yes, already I did that. It was a real chair that I replaced, and this is the render, and you can see the quality. Okay, so, and also let me open the original image. Okay, it was the original image, and this is the Inpainted. Okay, so you can compare the result. Actually, it's worked fine. Where can we download? Let me see how I can see these comments better. Okay. Dear Vicky, if you want to download the workflow, only I will place the workflow on my Patreon, and for downloading that it's not free. But if you check my videos on the YouTube, you can learn how you can design the workflow. And actually, the reason for the payment is I'm spending most of my time for thinking how I can make some better workflow. So this is the reason. But I think if you collect some knowledge about the ComfyUI, after that you can design workflow maybe better than this, for sure. So here just I want to tell you that I'm using ControlNet that is captured and using the normal information from the chair. Here is IPAdapter for capturing the style, and this is my Inpainting solution. Actually, I'm not using any special Inpainting engine. And let me also check the result with Fooocus Inpaint. Okay. In this workflow, actually, the KJ node helped me a lot, because let me show you. Okay, in the KJ nodes, you have two different nodes, set and get. Okay, and here you can see I am using them in my workflow, and actually they are making some shortcut between your nodes in your workspace, and it's very, very useful. So, and this is the result of Fooocus Inpaint. Okay, before checking other things, let me check the COSXL. In the COSXL, you can't use any ControlNet, and only you can use the IPAdapter from yesterday, and some patches for SDXL that is compatible with COSXL, and it's all. And here you can see the processing. Oh, here I have a problem and I should figure out what is this. Self-conditioning. Okay. Let me check the preview. Okay, this is the preview of the image, and this is the preview of my mask. So if I have any other problem, it should be related to some issue here, maybe. Positive, ups, and negative. But I don't need the positive. Model to model. Okay. This is fine and this is fine. So let me see what's the problem. It's received the image, but also here it's based on COSXL. Okay. Let me connect it directly from this group without any IPAdapter and also patches, and cue the prompt. Oh. Now the problem is inside peaks to peaks. Maybe I think I should merge the image and alpha together. Joint. Image with alpha. After that, send to instruct peaks to peaks. No lens. Let me turn off this one. Turn on this solution. Oh, I remember that I should connect that directly. Still I have the problem. Let me send only the image. Oops. Script table. I'm not sure what happened here, but I think something is broken in my workflow. Actually, I have to find the solution. Which model are better for this interior design process? AVQV, actually, all the models could be fine. So it's dependent to you, because every time that I decided to tell someone that, for example, this model is better than that, I figure out that in different conditions, I have to select different models. So the best way is working and testing the models, and after that you can take the decision that which one can be better for you. It's very important, actually. Let me make sure what's happened here. Okay, this is COSXL, and let me rename that COSXL underline S, for example, and here. Okay, I can see that. Still I have the problem. So what should I do? Bum, bum, bum. Let me search that on the internet. About the per tube attention and self attention, I figure out that self-attention can add some small details. For example, if you need details that are working around 10 pixel or for example 5 pixel, self-attention can work fine, but perturb attention can make some better logic in your image. So personally, I think this is the difference. Dear Pixel Puxty, I will check that, but actually now at first I have to make sure that what's the problem in my workflow. Let me bring that here. And let me make sure what's the problem in COSXL, because actually it was working fine, but now I have some problem. Let me connect it directly. No difference. What's the problem here? Sorry friends, maybe it can take some time from me, but actually I have to solve this problem before moving to another step. So this is some of the problems that most of the time I have. You are doing something, after that some other thing will be break, and you should figure out that why this problem is happened. So let me start by checking my prompt. Okay, here I have my prompt. Let me turn off the style. Latent image not generated. Seed. What's the problem here? Oh. Actually, I'm not sure what's the problem. Maybe it happened after updating. Okay, so at first let me make sure that it's not related to updating the ComfyUI. So let me open one of my other old workflows. Okay, in this workflow only I am using COSXL. So If it works well, after that I can make sure that problem is related to my new workflow. Oops. This workflow was working, but now it's broken. So I think it's related to ComfyUI. Let me press update. I think this is about the new update. No. Let me report on the Froom. It's very important, if you have any problem, report your problem on the Froom. Okay, let me do a restart. Also, let me open the default workflow of the COSXL. Here, ComfyUI example, instruct pix to pix. Oh, also the default workflow is not working. So I think the ComfyUI has a new problem with COSXL. Okay. Okay. So let me continue, and after that I'll be back. Okay, so let me undo all of my movements. Okay, I was here. So I have to make sure that when COSXL will be active again. Okay. Okay, it was working fine. Let me change the photo chair. Search for image, tools, advanced search, for example 6 megapixel. Open image and download. Okay, load the image in the node. Click open in SAM detector, clear. Click on detect. Okay, I think it could be fine. Open in mask editor. And oops. Again, open in the mask editor. Okay. Save the node and let me test my prompt. But before that, let me make sure that removing effect is working fine. Now it's trying to detailing the mask. Okay, the chair is removed from the background, so it can be used for my composite. And let me do a test. This is the glass picture, and also this is my prompt. Okay, the processing is started. And okay, so now I can go here, do the first test for mixing, and after that start doing the processing. For processing, I'm using Detailer Debug Seg, and actually it's perfect. And here you can see that it's trying to refine the edges, to refining the remaining edges. So sometimes it could be very, very useful. Okay, now It's trying to process another tile. Actually, this node detailer from Impact Pack, I think it's very great because you can combine that with segments. And I'm not sure that do you have any information about segments or no, but actually segments can split your image into smaller parts, and it can process only the masked area. So this is very, very perfect to keep your background and only doing the processing on in-painted or out-painted area. So this option is very, very great. Okay, this is the final composition. And without having accurate mask, you can see that the result is not so bad. And it mixed with the original image. Okay. So what should I do now? Okay, let me check SD 1.5 checkpoints. Here only I am using normal BAE with scale soft. Okay. So let me do this test with SD 1.5. Actually, it ignored the glass material and it's trying to add another details to the chair. It's more logical, but it should pay more attention to my prompt and also IPAdapter. So in IPAdapter, I will try the plus I and strong style transfer with the weight of 1 and do another processing. Actually, it's not able to make it as glass. So let me check the SD 1.5 with ControlNet in painting. Maybe it can do a better job. No. And this is BrushNet random mask. So okay, so for SD 1.5, actually, it's not possible to change the chair completely to glass. Also, let me check PowerPaint. Yes, with text guide. Maybe it's trying to attention to the chair. And let me do some change in my prompt. Instead of a chair made of glass, let me remove the chair and just let me keep the made of glass. Let me see what will be happen. For SD 1.5, it is not possible to transfer it to the glass, but if I upload another sample, for example, this sample for gold, and change my prompt, chair made of gold. And again to the processing. But I think it can do a good job for transferring and changing the material with some solid styles. Yes, it can work fine, as you see here. Actually, it's perfect for transferring the chair into the gold material. And it can work very fine, but it was not possible for the checkpoint to transfer that to glass, because maybe the glass is something very strange for SD 1.5. But SDXL, because have some more million parameters, I think this is the reason that it can. And now really the result is very perfect. So if I want to composite the result with the final image, just I should disconnect this node, bring the node near the area that I want, and I have connect the output to the node. After that, I should go here and select Q selected. So, oops, let me mute, bypass, yes, bypass this node, because it can split my segment to a smaller segments, but at this moment I think the size of the segment could be enough. Let me check my segment output. Why is it not working? Ah, okay, so maybe at this moment I have to keep it on. Okay. Actually, when we are working with open source softwares, because they are not production ready and every day developers are working on them, so breaking the nodes or having some problem during running your workflow, I think it's something normal, and no one cannot guarantee that all the nodes could be work fine. Okay, I have a question. Yes, already I did that. And also here I used the image of the material. This is the image for the gold material. And also I can, excuse me, I can remove the gold from the prompt and only keep the chair. Just let me wait for finishing the processing. Okay, the processing is finished and this is my final image. And you can see the quality. Actually, I think the quality is fine. And let me show you, for example, here instead of this gold material, let me upload another image, for example, something like this grass. Okay. And let me do a process. So because I'm using the IPAdapter, after that IPAdapter will try to extract the style of the input image. For example, now you can see it's trying to make it in green color with some grass pattern. And we should wait for finishing the processing. Okay. This image is based on this input for my IPAdapter. And if I increase the weight, and do another processing, you can see more details from the reference image. as you see here. But personally, I think IPAdapter can work better with SDXL for transferring the style. Let me do the same test here. For example, let me open the grass image for SDXL. Okay, and let me do the processing with SDXL. I think SDXL is more powerful for getting and understanding the style for something that is very different. For example, if you search over the internet, how many chairs you can find that made by grass. So I think it's dependent to training process and different approach that these checkpoints have. But we can check and we can see what will be happen here. AKV actually accurate material from the manufacturer. I don't know. It's very, very interesting. But when we are talking about accurate material, there are many, many different parameters. But visually, yes, visually it can make something similar by inputting some image. But you should find some good numbers for the thing that you want to do. Here it's turned on. Okay, for example, let me select another style. Material sample. For example, now I'm on the Google and okay, for example, let me select some feeder as material sample. Okay, open image, new tab, and save image. And drag the image inside here. So let me start the processing. I didn't write anything about the feeder in my prompt, and just I have uploaded the image in IPAdapter. So let me see what will be happen. It's stopped on Automatic CFG node. So I think I have to close the ComfyUI from the CMD window and reopen the ComfyUI. Okay. Okay, it didn't capture the feeder, and also if I write that feeder again to the processing, okay, so combination the prompt and also selecting a style can work better, but still it is not perfect. So maybe let me turn off the auto CFG and decrease the CFG amount. Oops, the CFG is set from here. Okay. Auto CFG ComfyUI. Okay, what was the last update? Lower CFG. Okay, let me arrange my workflow and make it ready. Still the COSXL cannot work, and I think it's dependent to the update of the ComfyUI. Oh, sampling function. I think I should adjust the sigma manually. For example, from 200 up to 1. Let me make sure that this is the problem. EDM from 200 up to 1. Connect the model here and from here to here. So if this is the prompt, then it should work. Yes, I will show the control nets. But just make me sure that convert to node. Okay, let me ignore the COSXL for now. About the ControlNet, these are the ControlNet that I am using. Let me make a copy and show you how it's working. For example, this is a node that carried the context. this node is coming from RG3, and you can connect all of your nodes here. So this is the RG3 context. Here you have the image, and also you have your mask. Let me fix the arrange. And also here is another context because I am making some change. Okay. Actually, I am opening a context, making some change, and after that I will close that. And I will send it to a switch node. And switch node will check the parameter. If the first input will be on and active, it will use the first input. If the first input will be turned off, it will use the second input. And for the ControlNet, I am using ComfyUI Advanced ControlNet. And actually, it has a great feature, and the feature that this extension has is width override. Okay, and by connecting this node to width override, actually you can send this message to a Stable Diffusion that your prompt is more important, and it's something that happens inside the unit. So it will target some different layers in the unit and adjust the width in those layers. This ControlNet extension can do that, but normally we have ControlNet Advanced node. This is the normal ControlNet Advanced node from ComfyUI. And if you check, you cannot see any width override on this extension. And the effect of this scale soft width, it's very interesting, and most of the time it can help you to get higher and better quality from ControlNet. So this is the reason that I am using this node. If you have any other question, I can answer you. And about the number of the ControlNet, actually now I have I have added 2 ControlNet for each checkpoint, but you can add many more others. It's dependent to you, because you can open that and add many others. For the preprocessor, for the depths, I am using metric depth map. Let me show you. And for the normal, I am using metric 3D normal. And actually, I believe these 2 preprocessor could be enough for capture any kind of information from your model. But actually, they are not working very fast. But I think the quality is very good. Let me show you the result. Okay, for example, this is the output for the depths. And after that, you can see the output for normal. let me tell you about Canny, Linart, or other processors or preprocessors. It doesn't matter. Actually, they are extracting the information from the lines. Okay, but personally, I believe that the information that is stored in the normal map and also in the Z map is extremely useful and enough for describing any geometry. It's all. If you want to capture a geometry, you need z-depths and normal information. These two information could be enough, because for example, it's 20 years that I am working as a 3D artist, and in all 3D softwares, by having the z-depths and also normal information, you can make any 3D model, or you can do any masking or adjustment or adjusting. So actually, if you can find some preprocessor and also some ControlNet that can work fine with normal and depths, it's enough. About the Canny, also Canny is fine, but if I can work with depths and normal, I prefer to work with them instead of Canny. If I want to capture something with high quality and accurate. But if I want to have some freedom, maybe I will select Canny, maybe I will select Sketch, maybe I can select Soft Edge, Linart, or other parameters. All these parameters are dependent to your subject. For example, sometimes you are doing your pre-processing and you can figure out that it is not possible to get any good result from normal and from the depths. So after that, you can change your preprocessor and also your ControlNet model. So it's dependent to your condition. But if you're asking me, at first I prefer to use depths and normal. And if there was any problem or any specific condition, then maybe I can switch to Linart, Canny, or other preprocessors, and also ControlNet. Welcome. Yes, already I'm using that in my workflow. You see that here, for example, for the normal, this is the SDXL ControlNet, okay? And I am using BDSQL SZ Control LL Lite model. Okay, let me show you. Okay, this is the URL. Okay, this is the Hugging page, and you can download all these ControlNet models from this URL. Okay, let me place the link in the chat. But actually for running these ControlNets, only you have to install the ControlL Lite extension or ComfyUI Advanced ControlNet extension. Let me show you. Go to Manager and search for ControlNet. And here you can see ComfyUI Advanced ControlNet. Okay, so by using this or ControlNet LL Lite, you can use them. But actually I prefer to use the ComfyUI Advanced ControlNet because if I want to use also other ControlNet models, after that I can be able. And also you should note if you want to use Control Lite models, your latent space should be compatible with SDXL. Let me show you. For example, 1024 in 1024 is a good dimension for SDXL. But also there are some other dimensions that can be used for SDXL. And if you install the Mickey nodes, you can resize your images that can be adaptive for SDXL. And after that, you can use Control Lite models. Many people, for example, here you can see that only I am using the normal ControlNet for SDXL. Okay, this is normal ControlNet. And here you can see that I can capture the geometry of the chair. Okay. But many people cannot work with that because they are not pay attention to the latent dimension. And here in my workflow, you can see that I write here, if you want to use LL Lite ControlNet models, you should use this node for resizing the image. And if you don't want to use that, you can use this node for resizing your image. But for example, now it cannot work. And let me show you. After starting the processing, it will have many problems. Let me show. Here, if you pay attention, you can see that there is not any information about the depth of the chair, and only you can see the border. And actually the ControlNet is not working now. Just because the only reason is my latent size is incompatible. And I have to use some specific latent size only for working with Control Lite SDXL models. And actually the only ControlNet that can process the normal is this ControlNet. So I don't have any other choice instead of using the Mickey. I did many other search for find solutions to exactly find the best dimension for my image and resizing them for SDXL, but the only node that can do that is coming from Mickey nodes. So if you go to the manager, install extension, search for Mickey, you can find it here, Mickey nodes. And it has a node for resize image for SDXL. And actually this is the key for working with control light models. Okay, now I have to find a position for my processors. So this is the COSXL. All these greens are SDXL. And all these blues are SD 1.5 with different configuration. So I'm not sure how to position them. Add group, edit group color to green. Okay. Move them down. It's very long, so maybe I can split it into 2 parts. That group for selected nodes. Color to green. All the sticks in. On SD 1.5. And now I need fast action. And here I should go match color green. Okay, so if I press this button, all of them should be toggle, yes, mute off or on. Okay, I can mute all of them, and for example, if you want to work with some of them, you can select and unmute them. Maybe it's better to create a group for each one. Yes, I think it's better to create a group for each one, because after that also you have this icon. Let me remove this group. Add group. Select the nodes and click on add group. Green, 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 green. For muting all of them, I am using this node from RG3, and also in property panel you can adjust filter based on group colors, and also in you can see this icon here. It can mute and unmute or bypass all. For see these two icons, again you should install the RG3, and after that go to setting, go to RG3 setting, and enable show fast toggles in group header. Yes, you can. I think you can Control A, select all, and Control M for muting. Now all of them are mute. And okay. So adjusting the color of the groups is important. because all these PowerPaints are using same checkpoint, I'm putting all of them in only in one group. Okay. It's ready. And I have to select some different names for my groups. SDXL. Fooocus. SDXL. BrushNet. Random. Mask. SDXL. Segment mask or segmentation. SDXL ControlNet Inpaint. Excuse me, I cannot understand your question about the number. So if you're talking about these numbers, these are node ID, and to see the node ID, you should go to manager, and after that, from the badge, active the ID and nickname, so you can see the ID number of each node. Okay, so here I have all the PowerPaints. So if I select the output nodes and select Q selected. I can see the output for these 5 nodes. Okay, while processing, let me check the GitHub page. Yes, but actually now I cannot implement the LCM inside this workflow. Actually, I prefer to work with Hyper SD, and I think it's faster and with higher quality. About the Hyper SD, you can load that as the LoRa. You need a LoRa loader model, and after that you can load the Hyper SD as LoRa. And for example, with 12 steps, it can work fine, but actually at this moment, I'm not focusing on optimizing solution because I want to make extract some high quality, and after that maybe I can think about optimization. But now my first priority is quality and not optimization. Okay, I think it's enough for now, and later I can add some more and better description to this workflow. Okay, thank you for staying on the video. So until the next day, take care, bye bye.